picked up a couple of these multi-purpose storage cabinets here with 24 storage compartments in each. I've got one down here. I've already got one up on the wall as well. The other one will be going next to it, but this is going to be my screw storage and organisation, so I don't have them all in a big box that I have to dig through for 15 minutes to find something in each project. Alright, so I just finished sorting all of my screws that I had laying around. So I've got sort of like random fixings, things like that. I've then tried and separated them into, you know, if they're button heads, if they're countersink, if they're screws, if they're bolts, washers, sort of things like spring washers. Like, yeah, I've gone a little bit crazy with it. Got my T-nuts and then, you know, self-tappers, things like that. So took a while. Glad it's done because I do like things being organized, and I'll be able to now actually go ahead and sort of place them into our little holders. There's one. I've still got to build the shelf, which I'll do now, and that one can go up as well so I can hold the weight, because I don't trust the fixings, which are just two little tiny screws that go in the back, especially being plastic. And this one here, you know, it's a little bit bendy, so having a shelf under it and all that weight will try and hold that a bit stronger. That's the plan. And then I can have all this stuff stored away nicely. It's pretty square there. Yeah, that was square there. Okay. Trace a line on there. Let's get a pencil. Yep. Yep. Okay. Draw a line that's just slightly bigger. It's going to be my cut line, and I can sand it down from there. Now I've hit a stud here, and I've hit a stud here. Because this is a steel frame house. I'm going to be using some metal screws to go into those two studs. However, I want one more support in the middle. I'm just going to use a drywall anchor. Most of the weight is going to be supported by the two studs. I just want to have a little one there. It might hold a tiny bit of weight. It's not going to be doing majority of the work. I think I feel more comfortable having a third fixture point in the middle. So that's what I'm going to do there now. What I'm going to do now is actually transfer these three measurements onto here, pre-drill them, and then I'm ready to actually attach it to the wall. Which is there. So in addition to these three screws that are going to go in the wall, two into the stud, one into a drywall anchor, I'm actually going to add two more, I'm going to add two pocket holes screws into the studs from the top as well to try and hold that top back. So what I'm going to do is draw a square there. A little bit on that. First one, you can see it lines up pretty much perfectly with that screw, so it should go into a stud. And I'm going to do a repeat on this side here as well. Level. Okay. To get that under there. I'm going to be using one of these toggles to actually hold this side in that's not attached to a stud. So this one here is going to go through a stud. This one here is just into the drywall. So to give it its best chance of actually holding, I'm going to use one of these, which essentially goes into the drywall, springs open on the back side, and then that way I can tighten this down and clamp it against that back side. Okay, pretty trick. Okay. Okay. There we go. And there we have it, all done. Nice and clean, really like how it's turned out here. I'm glad that I did end up going with that 30mm ply, so it matches in with this workbench here really nicely. So I've got, you know, the black and the timber here. By the way, if you want to see how I actually made this workbench, it's on wheels so you can move it around. I'll have the link for this below in the description, as well as linked at the end of this video. But yeah, so with this, I am planning on putting in labels on all of these. I do just want to live with it just for a little bit to see how I use it, if I want to rearrange any of it, change how I've organized it, so that it's more efficient, and then I'll go ahead and I'll actually label it. But, you know, for instance, if I wanted to use some of the screws, I can pull it out, use what I need, and then I can put it all back. So much nicer than having it all in just a nice, you know, in a big box like I did previously. Nice and clean, blends in really well. Nice.